Hello and welcome to my Game Week 24 team selection and transfer plans video. Game Week 23 was a bit of a dud for me. It didn't go so well, which I will show you guys, but we still have one game left, the Monday night 8 p.m. fixture of Everton Leeds, and I do have a player in that game as well, so I'll show you guys how I got on. But before we do that, the aim for today's video is 100 likes, so let's see if we can hit it. Let's get straight into the video. So a clean slate of 1 pointers for all my backline. I went for a back four, and you will see that was a bit of a mistake. Raya, Timber and Gabriel. Gabriel was my transfer in. I reacted very quickly to the Haaland Foden benching dilemma on my stream, and if you were in my stream you will have seen it was absolute mayhem. The FPL deadline couldn't have come any earlier. It was really terrible planning on my behalf. I guess you couldn't really have planned for both of those players being benched, but I definitely didn't. I kind of had somewhat of a backup plan, but it was more for the case that Cherki didn't play. I really didn't expect Haaland and Foden to be benched. So what I ended up doing, I still ended up doing Konate to Gabriel, which as you can see didn't go very well for me, but Konate didn't get a clean sheet either anyways, so nothing really worked out for me in my defense. In my midfield, I had Enzo with another goal. He got the penalty against Palace. I was really hoping he would take the penalty, and of course he did. So a great transfer in. I did Cunha to Enzo 2 game weeks ago, and they've basically matched each other for points. They both got an assist last game week. They both got a goal this game week. So happy days, I guess you could say. It's a zero-sum game transfer right there. Ndai is still to play. As I said, he has Leeds at home, and he was my solution to the Foden dilemma, basically. I could have gone for Bruno straight away. Foden to Bruno was what I was kind of planning to do anyways. But because I got Gabriel in, I really didn't want to buy Gabriel and Bruno at the same time. I kind of wanted to pick one or the other, because if I'm buying Gabriel, I think that Arsenal will keep a clean sheet, and if I'm buying Bruno, then I think that United will score and Bruno will have some involvement in that. And I just thought I backed the Arsenal clean sheet against Man United. Even as a Man United fan, got to hold my hands up and say what a result from Man United. We'll get on to them soon, but yeah, I've gone for Ndai. I did Foden to Ndai instead, and I will be getting Bruno Fernandes next game week, or at least I think I will. We'll get to my transfers. Cherki with a 3-pointer. I mean, listen, at least he played. Unlike Foden and Haaland, they both actually did get on, to be fair to them, but Cherki did start. He probably won't be in my team for much longer with all the uncertainty around Pep Roulette, etc, etc. Not ideal whatsoever. Harry Wilson with a 10-pointer, an unreal free kick in the last minute of the game. To be fair, I say unreal free kick. Verbruggen really should have done better, but I will take the 10-pointer from him nonetheless. He got that goal and then 3 bonus points right at the end of the game, so happy days. And then Ekitike captain. I went for Ekitike captain when I saw Haaland wasn't playing. Really, I should have benched Haaland when I saw that he wasn't going to start, but I just thought, even if he comes on for 20 minutes against Wolves at home, I still think he could do some damage here, and obviously he didn't do anything at all. Then on my bench, Dubravka with a 5-pointer, outscoring Raya. Rodgers with an 8-pointer. Now this is where I think I made a bit of a mistake. Well, clearly I made a mistake because one, I should have benched Haaland, but really I was never going to do that, and what I should have done is benched Alderete. I just thought Alderete against West Ham, the Sunderland defence has been so solid. I know their data has slipped recently, but over the course of the season, that Sunderland defence has been really solid. And I just thought against West Ham, I got to start Alderete there. I can't keep benching his points. On the flip side, I saw Rodgers playing against Newcastle away in St James's Park. Never an easy place to go whatsoever. He gets an assist from what was an expected assist of 0.01. So there was a 1% chance of him getting an assist from the pass that he made, and he got an assist. So there you go. I guess, I'm going to hold my hands up and say it was a mistake. I should have started him over Alderete or over Haaland, really. Malik Chow on the bench with a 1-pointer and Mark Giu with a 0-pointer. That's 29 points all out so far this game week. Ndai is left to play. I'm down from 567k to 758k. So I really need a big score from Ndai here. And I think I have a game week rank of like 11.5 million, maybe even worse, which is absolutely horrendous considering there's only 12 million odd players in the game. So literally one of the worst scores of the whole game week. Hopefully we can fix this. Let's look ahead to Game Week 24 and see how we can fix this mess. I've still got the Arsenal triple up in defence, and this week it's looking a bit nicer with Leeds away, Raya, Timber and Gabriel, and I'm still going to start Alderete against Burnley at home. I mean, obviously, I'm going to want to play any player against Burnley at home. Sunderland defence has been a bit poor recently, and the data does back that up, but Burnley at home, I'm going to start him. In the midfield, we've got a midfield 5 with Enzo against West Ham at home, Ndiaye against Brighton away, Cherki against Spurs away, Wilson against Man United away, and Rodgers against Brentford at home. Starting all 5 midfielders in this instance. More than happy to have Enzo against West Ham at home there. He's been a great pick for me so far, and now the fixtures just get even better. Ndiaye, we'll see how he gets on tomorrow night, but he's a player that I will want in my FPL team just because he's on penalties. He's a really good attacking threat. He's almost like a talisman for Everton, and Everton are picking up a bit of momentum as well and starting to score a few goals. So I think that he's a good pick, good value for, you know, the price that he's at. He's really cheap. So I think he's a good pick there. We will see tomorrow night how he gets on. Cherki against Spurs away. Good fixture, but not the best FPL asset for me right now. He was really good for a bit of a short span, but I just think with the minutes risk, I don't want a player who's a minutes risk in my team anymore. I'm fed up of it at this stage, so I just want those City players out of my team. Harry Wilson, I love the man. He's an absolute saint. I started with him in my team this season. He's now in my team, and I don't see him leaving for the long term. He's got good long-term fixtures, and he's just a great value pick. He's going to keep on rising in price, and I'll just be raking it in. And then Rodgers against Brentford at home. There's no chance I'm benching him this fixture. There is no chance I'm benching him against Brentford at home. I, made the mistake of benching him against Newcastle away. Hold my hands up there, but I won't be benching him this game week. Rodgers, you get the start. And then up top, we've got Ekitike against Newcastle at home. Not sure how to feel about Ekitike now. He could be on the chopping block, but I'm just not sure that his transfer out is an absolute priority. If we, still think that his minutes are really uncertain going forward, he's got some tough fixtures. He's got Newcastle this game week, Man City the next game week, so not ideal whatsoever. I'm just not sure I have the amount of transfers needed to get him out of my team, because there's other players that I want. I want Bruno Fernandes. I want, another Chelsea player. I want Chalobah. I guess I could go for João Pedro, but he's another minutes risk. So Ekitike, not ideal whatsoever. I wish I had another free transfer to sort him out, but I just don't at the moment. And then Haaland against Spurs away. I think he'll start this game. I think he just got a bench and it was a slap on the wrist. You're not getting played against Wolves at home, where usually you'd expect Haaland to absolutely feast in a game like that, but City won the game anyways, so masterclass from Pep, getting to bench Haaland and Foden in, a fixture that they were benchable, and I guess that's the risk you take with these assets. So Haaland's still in there. The captaincy is on Ekitike at the moment, but it will really be on Haaland at the end of the day. I think if we get news that he is going to start, I'm going to want to put the captaincy on Haaland. Then on the bench, Dubravka against Sunderland away. Unfortunately, he gets the bench again. Collins against Villa away, Chow against Liverpool away, and then Mark Giu against West Ham at home. So as you can see, I've got one free transfer and 3.8 million left in the bank, so I can make a big upgrade here. To be fair though, this team, I could just roll it, and that is the first option I'm putting up on the screen, is that I could just roll the free transfer for this game week, because if anyone is injured, if anyone doesn't play, I've still got Nathan Collins against Villa away, which I don't hate. I really don't hate, but what I don't like about it is that I've got Rodgers in there, obviously. So if I do have to have Collins come in, I'm going to be having, a bit of a dilemma there in terms of, do I want Rodgers to score against Collins? It's never ideal to have two players playing against each other. So I do think I'm going to make a transfer this game week, and I think it's pretty obvious what I'm going to do. I'm thinking about doing Cherki to Bruno Fernandes. So that is the move that makes the most sense to me, and I will show you how my team looks like if I do that. So if I was to do the Cherki to Bruno Fernandes move, it would look like this, and essentially I would line up, I'd have Rodgers start ahead of Nathan Collins there. The following game week, I'd still only have one free transfer. Now, the plan was always to get Chalobah into this team, and I really want to find a way to get him into this team, but there's just some other players that I could also go for. I think if I was to go for Chalobah, it'd probably be getting rid of Malik Chow for Chalobah. The only issue with this, right, I really want Munoz in this team. I'd still just be using my free transfer, the one free transfer I get every single game week, so it's not ideal, but in this instance, I really would want to get Munoz in, and I just can't afford him. 5.3 million if I get rid of Nathan Collins. So I'd have to find some other way to get Munoz into this team. And realistically, it is downgrading Ekitike, but I only have one free transfer at a time. So of course I could just get rid of Ekitike this game week and get Munoz in the following game week. But in game week 26, Munoz plays Burnley at home. So not ideal whatsoever. I could also, instead of going for Chalobah, I could just get Munoz early. And this is a move that I'm definitely considering. I like it. I really want Munoz in this team, so I want to find a way to get him in. And then after that, I could just continue rolling the free transfers. The only fixture I don't like is Wilson against Man City away, but not the end of the world necessarily. The following game week, again, I really don't need to make any transfers here. So that's kind of my broad thinking on this. The move is to do Cherki to Bruno the first game week. Then in game week 25, I do something like Malik Chow out for Munoz. The following game week, I really wouldn't need to make a transfer. So it sets me up nicely for, you know, the short to long term up until at least game week 32 when, you know, we probably are going to wildcard at that stage. Now, the other thing that I could do, let's go back and reset all the game weeks. The other thing I could do, and this doesn't seem like a smart move, but it seems like something that, it's just something I want to do, really, is still do Cherki to Bruno Fernandes, but then go early, Ekitike out. I could go for someone like Evan Nielsen, who plays Wolves at home this game week. It would be a -4 to get Ekitike out. Obviously, if we heard that he wasn't going to play, then this move is probably going to get done. But otherwise, I probably won't be doing this. But it's nice to have a plan anyways, because we can see in FPL, you know, it can throw something mad at you any game week, like the Haaland and Foden benching, and you have to react. So it's better most of the time to just be prepared for, you know, the mad things that you never know are going to happen or not. So then the following game week, I would have enough money to get rid of Malik Chow and get Chalobah in, go early on Chalobah, and then the following game week, I'd still have enough money to upgrade. I'd obviously play Chalobah against Wolves away over Nathan Collins against Newcastle away, and then the following game week, get rid of Nathan Collins and get my boy Munoz in the team. So there you have it. That would be the plan. I mean, I don't mind it whatsoever. Could I even do Alderete up to Munoz? I could even do Alderete up to Munoz and just have an absolutely cracked out back line. And with the way that all the premium options in FPL are performing at the moment, this could be the way to go. So I want to be prepared, and if we get news Ekitike is benched again, then I think I will probably take a hit to get him out. For someone like Evan Nielsen, could also go for João Pedro, but obviously I already have Mark Giu on the bench there. So a lot to figure out here. The most likely thing that I'll do is straight swap Cherki to Bruno. The fact that I can't afford that, it was always the plan. Get Bruno Fernandes into this team and probably even captain him. He's a genuine captaincy shout for game week 24. You know, I don't mind it at all. I really don't mind it at all over Erling Haaland. So Bruno Fernandes, he's coming into my team more than likely, and then it's just whether Ekitike is still in the squad come game week 24. So there you have it. Those are my transfer plans. If you're still watching and enjoying the video, then drop a like. Hopefully we can get to that 100 like mark, and if you haven't subscribed already, do that. We're aiming for 10,000 subs by the end of the season, so join the community if you haven't already. Until next time guys, have a good one.